Hey everybody, welcome to episode 1 of my winter garden series. Today, we're going to be transplanting the seedlings into the bed. This is my first time growing a full garden through the winter, so I'm going to be honest about my progress. I'll share the wins, but I'll also share the losses, and hopefully we can all learn something together along the way. All right, time to get to it. Even though it's getting cold, I haven't given up on my regular garden yet, so we're just going to have to plant on spaces in between my other plants for now. So these are my seedlings right here. Got cauliflower, got lots of spinach. We're doing lettuce. You see those red ones right there? Some stuff like cilantro can't really take a hard freeze, so we'll be taking that inside on the really cold nights. Some salad mix right here. So I'm a chronic overplanter. As you can tell, I've got all these spinach in here and they're just all rooted together. So I'm gonna do my best to break these apart so I can have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 instead of just one giant clump. Boom. Boom, just like that. So we got them all separated now. I've got about 5 bunches total, and now I'm gonna plant these up. And I've got my rooting powder here that I love to use. Boom, a little bit in the hole, a little bit on the roots. Just like that. I'm gonna give them a little bit on top too, because this is actually a fertilizer as well. So I'm gonna knock out the rest of the seedlings real quick. I'll show you guys what it looks like when I'm all done. And I'm gonna give everything a little bit of gypsum because calcium really helps when you go through something stressful like me just ripping your roots apart. So a couple of these weren't ready yet, like you can tell this one here. It's just, I already know it's not gonna have a lot of roots, so I'm just gonna leave some of these for maybe another week or two. So I planted all the greens kind of in this open patch here where I had some beans growing earlier in the year. Here's some of the broccoli right here, just going boom, boom, right across down the bed. I planted some in the middle over there and some towards that back row behind those peppers. It's the cauliflower I was able to squeeze in over here where I had my pumpkin vine. But since most of it's died back now, there's a lot of room. One thing I did notice were these little yellow bumps on the back of the leaves of the broccoli. So those are definitely gonna be some kind of pests. I'm not sure if they're eggs or not, but I'm gonna come back and spray those tomorrow. And all these ones that weren't quite ready yet, I'm gonna give them a little bit of nutrients to help them out. And so the cilantro is a little bit different. Since I'm gonna be taking that inside, I'm not gonna be splitting this apart at all. Just gonna make sure I got enough dirt in there. That with the rooting powder. Boom. Nice looking healthy roots. Pretty simple, just like that. Now I am out of my calcium, otherwise I would go ahead and hit these with some calcium as well. But they're gonna be just fine. A little bit on top. So the last step today is gonna be to water them in. That's about all we've got left to do. So I'm gonna grab the hose and get to it. These actually have been drying out every day, so I don't really have to worry too much about overwatering these ones. And then these ones, since they're in ground, you know, their roots weren't super established, so I don't wanna overwater too crazy, but I definitely wanna give these a nice, good drink. You want to be gentle too when you're doing this. Since the roots aren't established, you could easily wash them away if you spray too hard. That's about all there is to it for week 1, guys. Some of these look pretty sad right now, but that's okay because they just went through something really, really stressful and I literally just ripped them apart. And then they also got blasted with the hose a little bit when I was watering. That's why it's kind of important to be as gentle as possible, but these are definitely going to bounce back. They'll be totally fine. That's it for episode 1 today, guys. If you want to follow along for the rest of the journey, go ahead and subscribe.